What's going on, everybody? Marco Liano coming to you here from day number 4 of the habit experiment. And I wanted to recap a bit of how my day went. And as you could tell, it's been a pretty freaking amazing day. Now, here's why. As you guys seen in the last 2 videos, I've been having a challenge when it comes to waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning and getting my day started. And as I say, third time's a charm. The third time today, I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I got my morning routine in. I was able to get, a few pages in of reading, 7 minutes of meditation. I got about 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups, 10 pull-ups, a little bit of a yoga, and even to get my body moving. And how was I able to do this? Well, actually had to do something different. Like I said in the last video, what I was doing was kind of just winging it and hoping that I would wake up. But like much of success, you can't just really wake up and hope that it happens. You gotta expect it to happen. You have to plan it so that it happens. So what I had to do differently is I had to rewire and replay the scenario of how my morning would look like, and essentially visualize of what my day would be starting at 4 o'clock in the morning. If you've read the Habit Loop, or not the Habit Loop, if you've read The Power of Habit, it talks about the habit loop. Now, what is the habit loop? It consists of 3 parts. It's the trigger or the cue, it is the routine, and the reward. Now, the challenge that I was having is that I had a habit built up. It wasn't the routine that I had wanted. Either way, we're gonna build habits. Our brain doesn't know a good habit from a bad habit. All it knows is it's designed to build habits, because once habits become ingrained into your neurology, it takes up less brain space for it to use on other things. Now, if you think about your brain as being a energy efficient or trying to be as energy conservative piece of mass, I guess you would say, that's what your brain is, essentially. And I'm no scientist, I'm no neurologist, but based off of what I've learned on myself, it's just like trying to program a computer. It'll do what it's programmed to do, and for you, it's whatever is comfortable and whatever keeps you safe. And sometimes the era that we're living in is not just, our brain is kind of outdated for the current day and age. The fears that we have of is no longer the same type of fears that normally would cause our early ancestors to thrive. The fight or flight response of maybe there's a tiger lurking in the bush, that no longer really applies in today's day and age, at least to most of the world. So why is it still providing you with the same neurological responses? Is because our brains they're pretty slow to adapt, and they've established certain habits, routines, and they like to stick to that. So if you want to create good habits, you really have to, you really have to build that self-discipline and noticing what your habits are. Because if you have certain habits that you're not really aware of and there's no reason for you to change, you're gonna go on the rest of your life building those habits, good or bad. So what I had to do from the 3-part system is, on the trigger of the cue, that would be the alarm going off at 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, the routine, what it normally was, is that I would hit the snooze button and roll back into bed. And I would do that multiple times, 2 to 3 times, and even sleep through the 3rd alarm, and it would end up being 5:30 in the morning. I would have to get up, be rushed, so I can get ready, change. Sometimes I wouldn't even have any food or breakfast, and I would go straight to work. Now, that's not a very good way to start your day. So I had to do something different, and I changed the routine. Instead of hitting the snooze button, I told myself, you know what, this is what I'm going to do instead. Because you can never really eliminate a habit, you have to replace it. That's why a lot of cigarette smokers, when they quit, they'll have to, either chew on some gum or do something else to replace it, because cutting cold turkey is not the easiest. You have to replace it with another habit that will get you the same reward. So the reward for me prior was waking up and getting to work, or not, I mean, I wouldn't say getting to work, but getting up and getting my day started, and moving forward. I would be good once I got up. The reward is like, all right, I'm up and it's going to be a good day. But leading up to that, the routine was the issue. It was the challenge. So I visualized myself waking up, and I told myself, if you want to be successful, you're going to have to wake up early and do things that are uncomfortable now, because later on, the success that you build will be dependent on the habits that you build today. Because if nothing changes now, you will typically be in the same place where you are today 5 years from now. So I didn't want that to happen, and I really ingrained the pain of what life would be like if I continued to wake up late, if I continued to have a bad start to my morning. What would that look 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road? What would life really be like? Will I reach the goals that I had set out for myself? Will my family still be around? Will my friends still be around? Or will I be in a miserable place? And I really ingrained that pain of what it would be like not to change. And in a sense, I was disgusted. It was bringing all that pain from 10 years and bringing it to now, and seeing that you don't want that to happen. You don't want to wait 10 years for you to be sick and tired of the habits that you built. So I brought that pain into now, and I got enough leverage on myself to be able to take action. So I envisioned of the life that I want to have. What type of habits do successful people have? Typically, the most successful people that we hear of in the news, and in Silicon Valley, and athletes, and all these great, amazing people at their own crafts, they typically have a routine, and they have habits that they have ingrained over a long period of time and sustained it and kept it consistent. And so I realized that if I want to be successful, I have to create good habits, and the first one is to start off my morning on my terms. Not on anybody else's term, not on my alarm, not on world's terms, on the society or the world. It's on my terms. I'm going to dictate how my mornings go, how they run, because if I can get over the uncomfortable part of the morning, which most people won't do, then I will navigate through life in a much different way than if I would have woken up and started reacting to life. So I did that. I realized what my life would look like 10, 15, 20 years down the road if I really ingrained these habits, and you get that sense of what that feeling would be like. And because that's all we're leaning towards, is the feeling that we'll get when we get there. So it's pretty much bringing the future to the now and experiencing that now. I woke up, I went to go get a glass of water and hydrated myself, which is, if you go into Miracle Morning, I would highly recommend looking at the How to Wake Up Early and Have a Morning Routine set as well. I did that, and I started reading, and I meditated, and it just felt so good to be able to keep my word and follow through with it. And the rest of the day was just amazing. Me and my friends just got back from Native Food Cafe, and it's an all vegan place, and it was just absolutely amazing, and the food just tasted so good, knowing that I deserved it. I did good today. I followed through with what I was supposed to do, what I had set out to do, and you start to gain some confidence about yourself, that you're able to follow through on what you said. That is really, it brings in a rush and a flood of emotions that feels so amazing. And this is what this is all about. This is the habit experiment of going exactly into my life and seeing what areas need to be changed, finding out how I change them, and being able to share that with you. Because who knows, maybe you're in the same predicament that I am in, or that you want to get to the a higher level in whatever it may be, whether it's your work, job, career, in your business, in sports, I don't know, whatever you may want to do, there's still habits that you have to ingrain. It might not be waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, but it might be, if you're in basketball, shooting 100 free throws before 7 o'clock or something like that. So I really want to bring the value to you guys and showing what it is like building these habits pretty much from scratch. Something that I typically wasn't good at prior, and I was pretty inconsistent, and that's why I'm bringing these videos here and kind of just sharing. It's all raw. I'm not editing it. I'm not really worrying too much about me messing up, because I know it's not going to be perfect, and I want to show that to you guys that, hey, it's not going to be perfect all the time. A lot of these vloggers or a lot of different people on the internet, they have really finely edited videos, but are they able to flow through with their ideas without stopping? And it's another thing that I want to integrate into my life, is to be able to reach the state of flow where ideas just kind of flow to you and through you. And that's super important, because that's where creativity thrives, is when you're in a state of flow. So as you guys follow me on this journey, I'm pretty sure I will get better at presenting my ideas, my thoughts, and being able to dissect things on the minute level of things that I'm feeling, thinking, doing, saying, being, whatever it may be. But I can give you the tools and resources that I use for myself, so that you can use and possibly change your life if you want it, of course. So today's Friday, September 8th. I'm going to be uploading this video here pretty soon. I just want to mark this as a day that I claimed victory claimed the victory in battle, and looking forward to more of these. And it's so cool, because going through 2 days where I have to keep myself accountable to you guys, I didn't want to come back with another day of, hey, didn't really wake up in the morning. I didn't want that to happen, so I had to make a change. And so thank you for everyone watching, every single view. It really means a lot, because I know that somebody out there may be able to gain some value on the things that I experience and the things that I go through. And that's what really drives me to continue making these videos, is to document my journey, and somehow it can influence or help somebody else's life and what they're going through. So that was my rant. It was about 12 minutes here, almost 13 minutes of just going off of what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking. So if you have any questions, go ahead and leave it down in the comment box. I want to know if there's a habit that you have that you want to kick, or that you want to start. Maybe I can help you, or maybe I can learn something from you, a story that you have of a habit that you overcame. I'm always open to learning. I'm always open to feedback, because that's how we grow. That's the feedback loop. So thank you so much once again for watching this video. If you like this video, if it gave you any sense of value, go ahead and hit that like button, and make sure you subscribe so you can follow me on this journey to more life, to building great habits, and follow my journey on success. Right now my channel isn't huge. I'm not having any huge financial rewards, so to speak, but I know I'm currently in the sharpening iron phase, where I'm kind of preparing myself for when that time comes, where I'm thrown into the game and I'm expected to perform. But you got to be able to train your body, train your mind, train your spirit to be able to be ready to handle it. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So thank you so much for watching. I will catch you guys on the next video. Always strive for greatness and be the best you can be. I'll see you guys later on the next video. Bye.